Okay guys, check it out. The cabin has arrived. In this video we're going to go do a tour of the cabin, show you around. Then we'll talk about how it got here. I do have some video of when it arrived on the back of a truck in a windstorm, which was fun. And we'll talk about some common concerns like termites. The question that's going to be on every video, I am sure. Yes, there's termites here, but we'll discuss that later. Number one thing is to get the tour and show how it arrived. Let's go take a look around. In my opinion, the craftsmanship in this place, very, very nice. I'm impressed, and that's all that matters. And here she is. Stuck right in the hole. I was a little worried about the space. She fit in there no problem, but the problem was, and we'll see when I show you the taking it off the truck, just wide enough, just barely wide enough to lift it up to get it off the truck. There she is. We'll go in for a closer look, see what you think. The very first video on this channel is of this cabin being built, it was half built. I did a tour of the place where it was built. I showed a few other examples. Any questions you have about how this thing was built, how much it cost, where, when, all that stuff is answered in the very first video on this channel if you want to check it out. This is 100% reclaimed wood. The size, 3 meters wide, 5 meters long, I think. Which is like 10 by 15 feet. Never actually measured it. Never actually asked either. It wasn't important. I copied off of a different one. I did have this thing built specifically for me. It wasn't already built. But that's in the first video. You can see the wood. I set it on concrete pavers. It's common, what they normally do here is pour a concrete pad and bring it in and put it right on the concrete pad. I didn't do that. This ground is virgin ground as far as I know. It never floods. It's hard as a rock. So I just put it on the pavers. If that's a problem, this thing is easy enough to move. I can jack it up, put a pad underneath it, put it back down. I don't want to do that, but it is a possibility. I have to admit, looks pretty good. There's a few things that does concern me. Like, is water going to go in right here? I'm pretty sure water is going to go in around the front door. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And there we are. It is wired. One thing I couldn't remember for sure if there was electrical outlets or not, and there is just the one, I think. But I don't plan on running any electricity here anyway, although I could, and I could put solar or generator. Don't know yet. I like the ceiling. Looks pretty good, huh? A lot of pieces. 1,000 pieces of wood, huh? Windows, wooden windows that they all open. And they hook from the outside like this, see? But no screens. Oh, there's more electrical outlets on this wall. Actually, double. There's 6 of them right there. See, there's a pretty good gap around the door. I think water will come in here in a really bad storm, you know. But we'll see what that's like. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It won't be the end of the world. There's the view. We got cows. Somebody's cows. Not my cows. Although that young bull's sitting there. Looks pretty good for a cow around here. That's Mama down there. Nice little patio with the gate. I don't know if I like the idea of the gate if you had little kids, but then again the little kids would fly out through under there, so that wouldn't be good either. Might be okay for the dogs, but the dogs can jump over. Here we are sitting outside. Got another cow. Here's my view. Nice little breeze. It is a little windy today, but it is also insanely hot. I do plan to do a giveaway. We'll get to that in a minute. Hello, cow. How you doing? Welcome to the cabin. Okay. 3 things. We'll do how the cabin got here, the giveaway, and then the termite question that I'm sure I'm going to get constantly. Not everybody's nice about that one. Surprise, surprise, welcome to the internet. If you want to get in on the giveaway, you got to be subscribed. It's a good one. Okay, the cabin getting here. First thing I had to do was cut a couple of trees, not too much. Anything that was overhanging into this area. This is my campsite. I've been camping here for a couple of years in a tent. And the more trees, the better. But for such a small spot, the trees were in the way for the cabin. I had to cut down 2 pretty big ones. One I didn't want to, the other one was dead, and we cut it down quite a while ago. If you watch the cabin videos or the camping videos, you can see it there. I used it to keep the cows away from the tent. Cut about a third of the bamboo down, some eucalyptus, and just cleaned it all up. Then we got a tractor to come in and make a road from the main road over here to the cabin. It's only like 100 meters or something, but it's across 3 other people's farms. You know, the farms are very skinny, long and skinny. Not that long. But I had to go across 3 farms, get off the main road, and go across 3 farms. So I got a Kubota tractor to come in and do that. Didn't take him very long, and then he cleaned up this spot where we are now, leveled it out a bit. It was pretty good anyway. Didn't take him long. It cost me $10 for that. That was the only extra expense, was the Kubota tractor. And it was $300 baht. He came in here and he was more curious about the cabin than worrying about the job and getting paid. But he got paid for his time, and he did a good job. The thing about it is, when the rainy season comes, we've got to put the road back. Or take the road out, I guess. It's a temporary thing. Once it's time to plant rice, the road is gone. Which is fine, I knew that. So then the cabin arrives. It was a regular driving is about an hour and 10 minutes or hour and 20 minutes from here where it was built. So how long it took them to drive it down on the highway on the truck. I don't know. But the last, oh, how far? Half a kilometer, I guess. No, maybe, no, more than that. Kilometer and a half, 2 kilometers. Came off the highway. And very narrow roads, lots of overhanging trees. It took them forever, 2 or 3 hours to get here from the highway. And that's what having the sister-in-law and her husband and helping them cutting trees in front of them and stuff like that. I was here with the Kubota guy. Didn't even realize it was as bad as it was. I think if they came in the other direction behind us, it would have been better, but they didn't. And they got here. So then it's out here on the main road. And got to get it here, driving it off the road. That was the only sketchy part, but the Kubota guy did a good job. He made a nice solid road, and it wasn't a big deal. Driving across the rice paddy, up and down, bumpity bump. Turned the truck around, back her right in. And now around here, they move things like small houses, wooden houses, rice houses, stuff like that. There's a local guy that has the equipment to do it, and I've never seen him actually do it to lift it up, but I had a good idea with the chain hoists and all that. But it's very simple. They ran 2 bars underneath the cabin, put a tripod, a steel tripod on each side with a come along on it, or a chain hoist. Picked it up. It was blowing a gale. It was really blowing when that happened. And the old cabinet's just swinging in the breeze. That was a little sketchy, and I just told myself, don't worry about it. It's not yours until it's on the ground. I haven't paid for it. The only thing I'll be out if this thing flips over and smashes into 1,000 pieces is my deposit. But those guys, they were really good. There was 3 of them on the truck. This is what they do. They take these cabins, they're built in Royette, they drive them all over the country. The guy said, the owner of the place said, we take them everywhere. Wherever people want them, that's where they go. No big deal. And it uses the same company. It's not his people, it's somebody else, the guy that owns the truck. And he picked it up, had it swinging in the breeze, and then moved the truck out, lowered it down, and I had my level here. They didn't have a level, and they just set it down, put the pavers underneath it, came in, checked the windows and the doors, everything opened. It's close enough. I put the level on it. It's leaning a little bit west and a little bit north, and I thought about it for a second, like, the doors work, the windows work, who cares, you know? So what, it needs to come up 1/2 inch in the back. What's the big deal, right? And I didn't even bother to try and get a perfect level on it. It'll probably settle a little bit anyway if we get a big rainy season. So I'm not worried about it. And that was it. Like I say, it took them forever, 2 hours from the highway to get here, but to get it off the truck, it was like 15 minutes. It was done. They had a few things. They had to put the front steps on. They got these weird things on the roof, which if I had known it, I would have, decoration things, I would have told them don't put it on there. It's there now. It looks like an afterthought, and don't really belong, but it's there now. They touched up the paint, went around, fixed everything up that might be a problem. You know, the latch for the door inside was not working, not going down. Fixed that. Anything, I just walked around and looked for problems, and I really couldn't find anything, which is very, very nice, not being able to find any problems. Overall, the process of getting this built in a different province, trucked in here and put down, unbelievably easy. It was done on time. No even a mention of any extra costs or fees. Or the first time I went there, when I was looking, I went to a bunch of different places and looked at these cabins. This was by far the best quality. The price I was quoted the first time I was there by a different person is the price that I paid to have one custom built, because this one is a little bit different than the one I copied, and I talked about that in the first video. Actually, I showed why in the first video. And very professional, unbelievably professional, actually, surprisingly. And all they wanted was a duck. How they knew I had ducks, I don't know. But the truck driver and the two guys with him, they wanted to eat duck. So they went home with a duck. I gave them a duck, and they were happy. Very, very nice people. Okay, now the giveaway. This is a collapsible shovel. And I'm going to do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which seems like a long way off right now. This one's mine. I have another one. I bought two at the same time. Here's what it looks like. Comes with a saw blade and everything. It opens up. You just tighten this up to lock it. And you got it. It's a very sturdy, very strong survival shovel. And you can turn it like this as well to make a pickaxe. Yeah, pickaxe shovel. Pretty cool. So I'm going to give this away for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, but we got to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to win it, you got to help me get to 1,000. This is a great thing to have in your vehicle, snowmobile, ATV, anything like that, off-road. It's a bit heavy to carry if you're, it's comes with a build loop. Be a little heavy on the built, I think. But it's a very good quality, I think, a quality shovel that could get you out of a bad situation. I think I'm going to keep mine in the truck. Won't take up much room. You never know when you're going to need something like this. Plan ahead. Safety first and all of that stuff. So if you know anybody that's interested in these outdoor type videos, come check it out. The more people subscribe, the quicker we can give this thing away. I'll send it anywhere in the world. I don't care where you live. It's heavy. It's going to cost. The post office is going to like it. That's for sure. But I'll send it anywhere. So this one's mine. Yours is at the house. You just need to win it. So 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Don't let me forget about it. 1,000 subscribers seems like a long way off right now, but it's doable. I have faith. And now the termite question. Now, if you watch the camping videos on this channel, you know there's termites here. I've shown them already. There's termites in the ground here. There's termites in the ground everywhere around here in this region. This place is made of wood. Termites eat wood. Termites eat the cabin. I've gotten questions about it already. Some people, some people are just concerned. Some people are curious. What about termites? A couple of people, straight up assholes. It's the you can'ts and the you shouldn't type people. You know what I mean? If you're too scared of termites in order to have a cool cabin like I got, don't get a cabin. Build a concrete one. I wouldn't make my house out of wood like this. Not because of termites, but that's one reason. It's a lot of maintenance to keep this place looking nice. Concrete house painted every 9 or 10 years. This place, it'll probably be every 2 years. It's a lot of work to keep a place like this maintained. But that's how you fight termites. You keep the wood maintained. There's no special sprays or anything in this paint, varnish stain. I'm not going to napalm the ground so I kill all the termites. The first time it rains, termites fly in. They're back. What's the point of that? I know what to look for with termites. If I see them, I'll deal with them then. There are stuff you can put on the wood to kill them. But I'm not going to do that just for no reason. If they're not eating the place, then I don't need to worry about it. I just have to be vigilant. I have to just watch it. If you're the type of person that's gonna say, well, you're not gonna find them till it's too late, the worst thing can happen here. The very worst thing is they eat the cabin, and it's gone. Oh wow, you know. It's not something I'm gonna sit up at night worrying about. Oh my God, I wonder if the termites eating the cabin today. It is a possibility, but the reality is, lots of other stuff can go wrong too, right? Windstorms. I'd be more worried about windstorms. Crazy rains and all of that. We get some crazy storms here. Termites is just one problem. It's something you got to deal with, but it is what it is. I've seen what termites can do to wood, but the wood wasn't treated. My old house in the city got termites due to the poor design of the house. The door frames went through the concrete, which is normal. They're concreted around at the base, but there was no concrete underneath the wood. So the termites came through underneath the ground to the wood, ate their way up through and ate the door frame. That was just bad construction, you know? There was soil underneath the wood. Grandma's house, they knew they had termites. The termites ate the rafters in the roof. They didn't do anything about it. They just waited until the roof was destroyed. And then it was a 2-story house, they took the top story off, turned it into a bungalow. The house is a lot better now. But the termite problem was their own fault. They knew they had termites, they didn't do anything about it. Termites are everywhere here. But it's no reason to live in fear, you know what I mean? This wood here is old, 50 years old, 100 years old. Nobody knows. I don't know. There's no termite damage on it. None. So why would it get termites now? And it was, you know, now it's protected. It's stained and varnished and it looks good. Long story short, termites are a concern, but not a worry. You just got to look at the big picture and go, what's the worst can happen, right? What else? I think that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Seeing a cabin being delivered on the back of a truck. Don't see that every day, I guess. Those guys were really good at what they do. That's for sure. Lots of work to do around here. Lots of stuff. I haven't even decided what I'm going to do. I need to build some kind of little outdoor cooking area. That would probably be the first thing. Fire pit maybe. Got to decide what I'm going to do for fencing it off to keep the cows out and stuff like that. The dogs in, if the dogs are with me. The dogs ran away. Last time we were here, a few nights ago, both dogs ran away. I got one back, but Leo just kept going. It was an hour later before we found him. When they decide to run away, they're gone. And Leo never wants to come back. For some reason. He just runs until he don't know where he is. It seems. And he does it about once a year. It's not a good thing. It's a terrible, terrible thing to have him do that, but with the two dogs, they're just playing and running around right here out in the farm. And then they went over the berm to the next rice paddy, and then within 5 minutes you couldn't see them. Hey, we're gone. Got the one back. He comes back. He'll go home anyway. But Leo was heading for the hills, I guess. No hills around here. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. You gotta be a subscriber to win your shovel. Don't forget to remind me if I ever hit 1,000 subscribers, to give this thing away. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. It's hot today, but with this little breeze of wind, very nice. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. Need to get my kitchen set up so I can have a cup of tea.